When you think of the greatest Counter-Strike play ever, you might choose Simple's falling up, coldzera's jumping double, or whatever the hell this is.
1 versus 4, and he's gonna get a headshot. Oh, what? No way!
But what makes a good clip a great one, and a great one the greatest of all time? Today we will be going through every iconic Counter-Strike clip and judging them based on categories like skill, stakes, opposition, culture impact, and luck. This means at the end of this video, we will have a definitive, complete, objective answer to what is the greatest Counter-Strike play of all time. But to get us started, let me show you the 10 contenders. Just kidding, this video would not have been possible without a sponsor, so quick word from them first. As you know, Valve recently introduced the Steam trade protection system, meaning all trades can now be cancelled within 7 days. But what if I told you don't have to wait 7 days? Skin.Land is back and you can cash out instantly. And this is why pros choose Skin.Land, as they recently became the official partner of Team Vitality. Just insert your trade URL, select skins to sell, enter your email, and choose one of the many withdrawal methods. Or you can buy a different skin from their marketplace with prices way lower than Steam. The CS market recently crashed, so now is the perfect time to buy the dip. There are also many ways to deposit, and the best part is that you can get $10 free today by selling over $100 in skins and entering my promo code TWIST. Let me show you the 10 contenders. Jumping double from Cold.
Here he comes once again. The first base is a trend. He's gonna hit the ground there as Cold. Oh, what? A jumping double from Cold! What is going on right now? How does he do this?
Simple double no scope.
In the same place there, Simple just jumping casually into the side. He's gonna fall down again. What is this clutch from Simple? Are you serious? What is that? You can't do that, Simple. That's not allowed.
Cadian 1v4 to win Pro League.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's knifed him, and he's gotten away with the AWP. I'm starting to get nervous. There's no way, Cadian, you can't win Pro League like this! You can't win Pro League like this! He's thinking about round. Jumps
Saw him.
Gets the info, he just has to hit this shot, and he's done it for Heroic. The leader, calling well above his years, clearing corners. Oh no! You're an animal!
Stewie 2K, Behold.
Stewie's on his side, but look at the time! Look at the time, there's 7 seconds to blow the bomb! They're trying to jump pyramids, but there's no more play! Stewie's won the round! We're going to overtime!
ZywOo
1v4 P250 Ace.
He's even been flanked. An Electronic looking for the cleanest finish. He's been turned on. ZywOo, no health really, but he's still hitting shots. He's already got 3 and 4 and 5 and oh my god, ZywOo!
Device 1v4 Deagle Collat.
1 versus 4, and he's gonna get a headshot. Oh, what? No way!
Donk 1v5 on Mirage.
To celebrate progression for Team Spirit into the playoffs, but Heroic decide to silence Spirit. And Donk will go forward alone, but there's so many targets. And he can often prove enough on his own. And can this little nuisance pull off an unbelievable clutch to keep his team in it? Yes, he can!
Happy Deagle Ace.
To catch somebody peek on Envy's side. And well, that's what happens when you go around the corner. Happy with Wandig. Oh, and another one! Oh, and a third! Happy! He could get another one here too, Dupree is like sweating bullets. Happy's gonna get the quad, killing the ace. What is this?
JDM 1v5.
Already pushing forward to try and find them, gets them both in his sights. Manages only one. JDM looking in that correct direction, but it's a 1 versus 4. AWP push out. Good shot, JDM. Looks for another. He's got this down to 1 versus 2. Overcommitment and perhaps a little bit zealous to try and early end this. And another as Kenny gets taken down to the box. What is that from JDM? The ace clutch and we stay alive.
Hiko 1v5 Tech 9.
It will once again just be hiko. Is he about to pull off the Alamo? He's got 3 from behind quad. Can he find a 4th? He gets the 4th. He's on for the ace and he gets it. What?
Now obviously I can't nail everyone's top 10, but I did try to pick all of the plays based on cultural significance. For a play to be great, it just has to be remembered. So something like 9's 1v4 Deagle clutch looks really sick. But insert a "we live in a society" meme. If a casual with 200 hours has not seen that play, did it even happen? So these are the 10 clips, and now I'll put them through 5 different categories and eliminate the 2 weakest plays in each category. We're starting with the stakes. If not for this category, there would probably be 10 simple FPL highlights that would have made the list. Like, literally, if we don't consider the stakes, this is the greatest Counter-Strike play of all time. So, 7 of these plays actually happened in an S-tier tournament, semi-finals or finals, so obviously they immediately move forward. And that leaves us with 3 contenders. First, we have to eliminate hiko's 1v5, because although it did happen in an S-tier tournament, a best of 2 regular season matchup doesn't exactly scream high stakes. Next we have 2 matchups that took place at the Swiss stage of the major, and both 1v5s actually happened when the enemy team was on match point. The difference here is that donk clutched when Spirit had already won the first map in the best of 3, but the Liquid versus Envious matchup was a best of 1, where Liquid were able to force overtime following the clutch. Now, they did lose, it's Liquid. Back in the day, they were actually good, to be fair. I mean, this one is going to be really close, but I will have to say, bye-bye donk. That leaves us with 8 plays, and I think the next thing we need to look at is the skill actually required to pull the play off. This is one of the reasons why I didn't include something like Olaf's burning defuse in the first place, because although it is a legendary clip, skill is what separates a play that can be repeated to one that only happens once in a blue moon. So again, we will immediately promote these 5 plays because I think it's kind of obvious they took so much skill to pull off. And that leaves us with jumping double from cold, Simple's double no scope, and Stewie 2K B-hold. Let's take a look at Stewie's play first. I would make the argument that if you made your average 20k premier rating player hold this line with 7 seconds left, he would most likely hit the first shot, probably have the intelligence to run down time and hit the second shot, and I mean the third shot is literally a freebie. This doesn't take away from how legendary this play is, but goodbye Stewie. Now it's super tough to now choose between cold and simple, but if we take a look at the double no scope, the first shot is almost point blank and the second one is medium range. And as you know, no scopes have a random spread. And yeah, the same can be said about cold jumping double. If anything, the call out is actually a way luckier play, but he also gets the first kill and flicks on the fourth. This is once again a super difficult choice to make for me. It just shows how many great plays we have, but with a heavy heart, I have to say, simple, you are eliminated, cold moves forward. The next category I didn't really find a good name for, but we can call it something like, did it lead to something? Did it create momentum? Was there more after the play happened in the following rounds? Because an amazing play that wins the round is just a clip, but a play that shifts the momentum of the game completely and allows your team to win can be considered a legendary one. So we're giving out some easy passes once again. I don't really have to explain why the jumping double from cold gets promoted. JDM's 1v5 clutch happened on match point, and afterwards Liquid were able to win 5 more rounds in a row to push overtime, and when Happy got the Desert Eagle ace, the score was 9-8 on the final map, and Envy were on an eco. So the game ended as a 16-13 win for Envy, but if not for this play, TSM could have won or forced overtime. So once again, we are left with 3 plays. The first to go home is kind of easy to pick. Devices 1v4 did win them the round, but they literally lost the next round to Apex's 1v3 and lost the whole map, so not exactly the momentum Astralis were looking for. And then we have ZywOo versus Cadian. ZywOo did clutch in the first round of the map, where normally the momentum and the stakes are the lowest, but it did allow Vitality to go on a 6-round streak on the final map of a best of 5 finals. In my opinion, this is way bigger momentum than closing out a game you're already winning 15-5. If Gambit had at least 12 rounds, I would have picked Cadian. But for now, ZywOo survives to fight another day. We are now left with 4 plays. This is going to get rough. But for serious top 2 contenders, we have to make sure the opponents were just as serious.
6-7.
This elimination round is going to be called Were They Trolling? This time we'll only have one obvious promotion, and that will be the jumping double from Cold. Apart from the fact that a Dren could have jiggled or gotten flashed in to get the Opera off the angle, Liquid kind of played this perfectly, which in this case was simply full rushing the Opera who's on site alone because surely he can't kill us all. Next, let's take a look at JDM's clutch. He gets the first kill as a trade, but at this point the CD should have just full camped. Instead, Apex went for an unneeded peek, and then Sixer tried to refrag in a situation where again, camping is the best option. And although the last two CTs played it perfectly and JDM just pulled insane shots, I just have to eliminate this play because of the two players literally trolling. Once again, ZywOo is facing elimination up against Happy, and this is gonna be super difficult. If we take a look at TSM, I think they played it okay. Like, the spacing was a little bit off, but they knew they were against pistols, so they didn't want to just full rush the site. One thing I can say though is that Dupree should have definitely pushed after the first three died, especially when he heard the reload come in. The fight is literally a P90 versus a Deagle on low or no bullets. Now on the other hand, in ZywOo's clutch, Electronic choked hard, but if you watch this video, you really can say that NAVI tried their best. Like, they swing together and still got destroyed. I think the difference here is that one play wasn't allowed to happen because it got shut down before it unravels, and in the other one, NAVI were literally allowed to play it near to perfection and still got destroyed by one guy on red HP. So barely, but ZywOo does survive again. Okay, we have arrived at the final two, and I had to think really hard what should be the final criteria. There was just nothing that logically made sense to me to have the ultimate the last say, because all the categories seemed somewhat equal. But then it dawned on me, the greatest play goes beyond logic. When all of the mental faculties are exhausted, when there are two plays that stand equal in time and space, the play to be crowned the greatest has to be one that can never happen again. And I think you might see where I'm going with this. ZywOo's clutch is probably the greatest display of aim and movement, but in 5 or 10 years, or whenever they clone Donk, this can be repeated. Like, all it takes is somebody with better aim and movement. Cold's double, on the other hand, was estimated to have hit around 1.4% of the time in this exact scenario. That already makes it a 1 out of 100 play, but I think this comment puts it perfectly. That was not 99% luck. It was 100% luck. There's no control over that. You just jump and shoot and hope for the best. Sometimes when you pray to the Counter-Strike gods, they answer, and we witness greatness in before our eyes. A moment in Counter-Strike history that can never happen again. Cold's jumping double is the greatest play in the history of Counter-Strike. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. It took me so long to actually put this video together, so please do leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here. And before you leave, if you want to watch a video of similar quality, check out this one where I explained why pretty much every single opera in the top 10 has switched to the same sensitivity. And should you do it?